G'day legends, well we're back with another video. Alright, so I'm going to take everyone a little bit back, I think, because I was actually having a chat with somebody about this last night, and the thing is, I don't think when I explain to people how dangerous prison was, or why I am happy that Port Phillip is closing, or why I'm unhappy it's closing, I think people really need to see how crazy the jail used to be. So let's rewind back to before 2000, at the end of 2018, the end of 2017, the start of 2018, which was when they had cameras installed in every single unit at Port Phillip. So yes, the new units like Fishburn East, Fishburn West, Salamander, Matilda East, Matilda West, which is the newest unit there, all had cameras. But the rest of them, so you've got Scarborough South, Scarborough North, Gorgon, Swallow, Waxenby, and then you've got the youth unit, and then you've got all the protection units. So no cameras. I'm talking no cameras in the unit. Every single yard had one camera in it, but no cameras in the units. So I'll take you back to a time where I can remember being in, a unit that I talk about all the time, spent so much time in that unit, where there was no cameras in that unit. Now I need you to know that it doesn't matter how tough you think you are or whatever, or how well you think you can fight, you cannot combat against 6 or 7 people coming at you with razor blades and big shanks sticky tape to their hands. And what's even scarier, I can take you back to times where I was, sound asleep in my cell, and you hear someone's cell door get cracked in the middle of the night. Now you can hear a pin drop in the unit in the middle of the night. Everyone's waiting to see if we're going to get ramped by security. So if you hear a door crack, everyone's to attention, And then next thing you know, people are getting ran in on by other crooks that were being let out. That was the sound of the doors getting cracked. And then the last door getting cracked was the poor sod that was in his safe place, which is where your safe place is. Come lockdown every single night, that's your safe place. You unwind, and then when you get let out the next day, you jump out and you're ready to take on the world again. But when you're in your cell, that is your own space, like your private space, which should not be, intruded on like that. So I need to let you know that is fucking scary when you know that you are literally in your cell by yourself, you can't do nothing, and these corrupt screws, because there's no cameras in the unit, and screws walk through every unit and check the doors. They continue to do that all night until the doors are re-cracked again in the morning. And do you know what I mean? They just come through and, open the boys out, and then bang, straight into the other cell. And I reckon I heard this happen about 4 or 5 times, and know of multiple other times of it happening in other units. Now I'm just saying about it happening in my unit. Now I also talk about how high up the corruption went in the chain, right? So obviously, I'm on the belief that lagging is lagging. Do you know what I mean? Criminal lagging, but if you lag on a cop or a screw, it's still lagging, really. And so, yeah, it's just a dangerous mix of things. And let's not forget about the 2 guns that were found there. There were times where, like I read out in my last video, where you could get $800 bags of weed dropped off under your pillow. You know what I mean? The screws were legitimately corrupt. And this is scary because, like I've told you, I have literally seen people get filleted right up, like box cutted, this and that. Like I said, you can check out that FUBARD video, which is free for everybody to see, and you will see what will happen to somebody, and the screws just stand there and watch until it's all over. This guy got sliced up, stabbed, everything, and the screws are just standing there. So I need you guys to really, really understand that, like, this is a life and death situation. Every single time you walk out that cell, when you are at a prison like Port Phillip, your life is on the line. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but the truth is your life is on the line. And like I said also in my other video, that there is no rules anymore. There is no hierarchy, and there is no, like, rules to follow. It is just the best man for themselves, and that is exactly how it works. And yes, there are crews and this and that, and that's another thing that I'll step into as well. Is like, I mentioned in my last video about you kicking in, illegal substances into prison and thinking that you're going to be able to get away with it and make a lot of money. Like, if you check in the comments, you will see people writing in my last video that they have seen for their own eyes, like youngsters coming into prison, getting their girls or their family to kick in drugs, and they think that they're going to be able to kick along with it. And then next thing you know, you've got 10 POWs standing around you, all armed up to the teeth, ready to fill you until you kick over every single bit of what you got, and you will get zero. And then when you kick again, because you'll be kicking for them, you will get zero. And if you don't kick for them, next time you come off your visit and you don't hand over your parcel, like I also said in my last video, you are going to be getting met with a hail of shank sandwiches, and I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to eat them all, I promise you. Um, Jail's a dangerous, dangerous place, and like I always make reference to these rap songs, and yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers now and a lot of social media people that kind of make that life seem a lot more than what it really is. And you never really hear people talk about what's going on, on the inside. People are on the outside looking in, and let me tell you, from when you're on the inside looking out, it is a whole different world than what you think. And let me tell you this right now, I believe I also said this in my last video, I can promise you right now, your manhood, your gangsterness, whatever you want to call it, your staunchness will get put to the test the moment you walk through the doors of a maximum security jail, which is exactly where you're going for your first offence, straight to maximum security until you get classified, and then they will see if you have to stay in maximum, go to medium, or go to minimum, but every single person goes to maximum first. And let me tell you, that will see how much of a man you are when they open the doors for you at the map and you see everyone doing a circle. You know what I mean? It's a crazy, crazy thing. And the map is right in the middle of the city, so there's buildings all around it. I can remember being in the map when there was actually people doing rude stuff up on the balconies, so the boys down here in the prison could see it. And it's just a weird. I don't know. It's really high up, so like, I think you're about 4 or 5 stories up, but yet you're still in this big hole in the middle of the ground, and there's all these buffed out looking dudes, tattoos on their face, this, that. Like, it's scary. And anyone that says that moment, the first time they walked into a man's jail and they weren't scared, well, I can tell you they're telling you lies. Well, I believe they are anyway, because, like, I know everyone I spoke to, that was a very, very scary experience for them, So, you know, like I also said in my last video, people die in prisons, and in other states there was royal commissions into the private prison sectors, and how corrupt they are. And as a matter of fact, they actually closed down the private prisons forever, I believe, in Queensland. So no more private prisons anymore. And these are the reasons why you don't want to come to prison. Like, I can't emphasize enough. Like, I know that I've been talking a lot about not wanting you dudes to go to jail, because that's what I want. You know what I mean? If I can make anything out of this, what I'm doing now, that's what I want, is to help you guys make up your mind about, is this the life I want to live? Do I want to get stabbed? Do I want to get shot? You know what I mean? Do I want to get involved in corruption where, you know, it goes up very, very high? You know, the general manager of Barwon Prison is still missing, who went missing a couple of months after Carl Williams was unalived. You know what I mean? There is no stopping, and the reach goes very high. And believe me, it is well above your pay grade as a gangster, no matter how much of a gangster you think you are. What I will also reiterate, or what I will also say, is that, you know, a lot of security at Port Phillip lost their jobs for using firearms without a license. I believe the supervisor, the chief of security, quit his job before he was going to lose his job for being a corrupt mofo. And believe me, I know with my own two eyes, I have seen this. And yeah, it's a corrupt, bad place. And although they are closing Port Phillip, there's still private prisons in Victoria and Fulham. Although Fulham is a medium prison, don't get it twisted. It's a private prison, and people do get stabbed up all the time. And trust me, if you get involved in the drugs there, you're going to be getting involved with the Asians. And trust me, they play for keeps. And you know. If blood is the price that you have to pay to pay your price that you owe, then that's what they're going to be taking, believe me. All right, guys, I've been the Chaos Chronicles. You guys have been absolutely awesome. We're back at it, and I will see you all in my next video. But before I go, could you jump up there and shoot me a subscription? That would be absolutely appreciated. Also, if you smash that bell, you'll never miss any of my videos again. And yeah, plenty more coming, and we are back at it again. Had a little malfunction here, but we're back, and we're working, and here we go. All right, guys.
I am also the guy who decides if you and your friends walk out of here or not.